Came out of that bipartisan summit we all watched yesterday. Louisiana Republican Congressman Charles Boustany was at the summit. He's also a retired heart surgeon. And thank you greatly for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
Really good to be with you, Tamron.
So I'll ask you off the top, a day later, was there really anything accomplished in your opinion?
I really think that this was not a game changer. You know, we found a bunch of areas where we have some broad agreement, but there's still a lot of differences over the details. Right. And that's why we think we ought to scrap the bill. Let's start over.
But we know that's not going to happen now. We do know that. That was quite clear, I think, by the end of that summit. So now what?
Well, I think now it's in the hands of Majority Leader Reid and Speaker Pelosi as to what direction they're going to take. And I suspect what they're going to try to do is ram the bill through using the parliamentary maneuver, the budget reconciliation technique. Yeah.
Well, with that said, yesterday, while there was no agreement, you personally, being a surgeon and your experience, I know you brought up the issue of small business health plans, buying insurance across state lines and expanding health savings accounts. Did you hear anything yesterday that made you feel a little bit better today, especially when you think about not your family, who I'm sure have great insurance, but those families out there who do not, and some of the patients that you've seen?
Well, these things that I brought up, small business health plans, HSAs, and buying across state lines, are all things that small business owners and families are really pushing for. They poll very highly. We've heard a lot about them in town hall meetings and phone calls, emails. We think they ought to be included, and they need to have a certain amount of flexibility associated with them, otherwise they won't work. And that's one of the big concerns I have about the bill as it's written. I think there's way too much restriction. There needs to be a level of regulation, of course. We agree there. But if you restrict these too much, it defeats the purpose.
Well, it was very interesting to hear your comments yesterday, and we'll, as you said, see what happens at this point. But 7 hours of live TV, and it seems like we are at the same place we were the day before. Thank you very much, Congressman Charles Boustany. We greatly appreciate it. And
thank you, Tamron.
Thank you, absolutely. It's always great having you on. And that does it for me in this hour. I'm Tamron Hall. I'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will have the story of a family of 4 who vanished without a trace from San Diego. Their car was found abandoned near the Mexico border. What happened to this family? And Contessa Brewer picks up coverage at the top of the next hour. She's here with me now. What are you looking at?
Well, everybody's in the newsroom gathered around the windows looking at the snow falling outside. There is a massive winter storm. We're keeping track of it. Hurricane force winds, snow measured in feet, not in inches. And wildlife expert Jack Hanna joins me next hour to talk about SeaWorld's decision to keep its killer whale after that animal drowned his trainer this week. Stay with us.
For all the moments that make every day special, Fancy Feast created a way to celebrate any moment. Fancy Feast appetizers. Simple, high-quality ingredients like wild Alaskan salmon, white meat chicken, or sea bass and shrimp in a delicate broth. Prepared without